Buenos dias, camaradas. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Andragogy of the Oppressor. This week we're going to talk about a darker side of global domination, a more negative aspect to being a world leader. And that is the feeling or sense of paranoia. You see, we spend so much time as would-be leaders of the world. And now there's many different types of global conquest. You can do it through fame and celebrity, through trade and finance, or through spirituality or the military. There's a lot of ways to conquer the world. And so we spend so much time knocking down the targets as they present themselves with a focus on the summit. I've got to get to the summit. I've got to be that leader. That when we get there at the top, we kind of miss the whole struggle, the whole fight to get to the top of the heap. And when you get there to that top of the heap, you all of a sudden have this kind of heavy weight fall upon you of the immense responsibility. You're in charge of this vast territory and these numerous lives, potentially millions and millions of lives. And everyone's looking to you. All eyes are on you for you to make that right choice. And then you realize as a leader that even when you make the right choice, there's people who are going to hate you, who want to kill you, who want to assassinate you, who are going to mock you and make fun of you for making that right choice. Regardless of the choice you may have made, there's going to be people who are going to dislike it, who are upset with it. And that's part of what you deal with in the position of a global dominating leader, is the maniacs of society. People who fixate these weird ideological values and, assign life and death over these insignificant things when you yourself are focused on these very big, broad issues, and they're focused on these very small, narrow things. That's part of why this paranoia sets in. Additionally, you're going to have to be comfortable with trusting people who are not trustworthy and relying on people who are not reliable. And that can drive someone mad. And so this paranoia sets in. It comes from a lot of different places. Those who want what you have, those who are trying to get to what you have. And you can know that this paranoia is a part of the history of our global leaders. We bow in front of royalty to expose our neck and show that we're vulnerable. The president is given a Secret Service detail for the rest of their life. Our middle class wage earners here in America have home security systems patched into their cell phone so they can make sure no one steals their dirt bike while they're at work throughout the day. So this paranoia is very evident. It's historical and it's deep. It goes far down. People are insecure naturally. I know individuals who get self-conscious when they have to open Christmas presents around their family. And so what can you do as a global leader? You see, this paranoia can drive you mad. It can drive you to the point that you distrust people. You start executing your advisors because you think they're plotting against you and they want to replace you. And it's possible that they could. One of the first things you have to do is realize, as a global leader, how little power you actually have, how little you actually dominate, how much of your environment is actually controlled by others, and that you need to focus on how you live your life as a leader and to just let things go and to trust those people who are in your service. It's a scary thing. It's a scary, scary thing. But take some comfort in this. There is an individual who is famous, has celebrity, becomes a global conqueror, without thinking about their legacy. We conquer the world in order to live on in the history books. And what is as important is your life and the things you do during your life, as also your death and the way you die. You see, an individual who dies a sudden and tragic death, especially a historical figure, a global leader, it's always much more memorable in that way. And we all die eventually. We have to accept our inevitable end in some way or another. And so, having an honorable death as someone who is a world leader, as someone who's a global leader, is a good way to go out. It's as noble of a way to go out as getting old and fading away in a retirement home and slowly losing your sanity. It's just as good as any other method to die. So take comfort in the fact that you have very little control. Learn to just accept that and integrate it and focus more on who you are. And know that your life is going to be meaningful as well as your death. I appreciate you tuning in this week. I appreciate you listening. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I love you.